Well, for the first time ever, this is happening on my podcast that a guest will be joining us very shortly to discuss about something really interesting and really important, and that is bullying and mental health issues in teens. Well, this is something which is really important to be discussed because almost every teen faces bullying in their school times, or maybe if they're in college right now, every teen goes through that phase. And I know how it feels. It's really important to talk about this. Of course, the teen should know that how to deal with such things if they are going through it. Hey guys, welcome to It's a Journey podcast. My name is Parvati, your host, and this is my podcast which comes out on every Sunday. So today's discussion is going to be totally on bullying and mental health issues in teens. The special guest who has joined us today to talk about this is right here to tell you something really interesting, some really interesting facts and some really interesting things so that you can easily tackle bullying and whatever problem, whatever mental health issue you're going through. So buckle up, because the podcast starts now. So here we are with our guest, Henry, and now we are going to start this episode where the discussion will be all about bullying and mental health issues in teens. So starting with the introduction part, Henry will introduce himself. So Henry, here we go.
Okay, thank you so much, Parvati. First of all, I am not Warren Buffett or Bill Gates that, I need to give a huge introduction or a lot of people know about me. So let's just keep it short. I'm 21 years old and I have just completed my graduation from Bombay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm originally from Kerala, but I've been settled in Bombay for the past 16, 17 years, before which I was in UK for quite a while because my father is from UK, hence the name Henry and not Harish, ideally. So I'm the kind of person who has never, been bullied. Bullying is a very blanket term for what we call having problems or having issues with people of your age or maybe older or younger to you.
Yeah.
So, if I were to put bullying in a simple language, it is anything that you either use to dominate someone or anything somebody uses against you.
Uh-huh.
Now, bullying may not necessarily be between people of the same age.
Yeah.
The person who's bullying you may be older to you, may be younger to you.
Yeah.
So, bullying probably is a type of blackmail. But when you're blackmailing someone, you can actually ask, or the aspects to blackmailing are very physical. But the aspects to bullying or the effects of bullying, I would say, has an effect or a direct effect on your mental health.
Exactly.
Now, why is mental health so important? So there is a research which says that, in the span of your life, wherever you work, 30% are your technical skills which are actually being used. So if you're an engineer and you have to code, in your whole day-to-day life of 9 to 5 or how much ever you sit and code all day, you're actually using only 30% of your technical skills. The remaining 70%, is your soft skills, your behavioral skills, your interpersonal skills. So basically 70% of your whole life depends upon your state of mind. And in a country like India where we have a really high population, for the good or for the bad, you don't know. But we need to give a lot of focus or stress on mental health, not being a problem per se, but actually, it could actually turn out into a solution. So, why I stress that mental health is very important is because mental health is affected by bullying.
Yeah.
So it is very important to have an emotional stance first and then deal with bullying.
Yeah.
Physically dealing with bullying is not the right solution.
Exactly.
Okay, so if a guy 6 feet tall comes and, tries to rag you in school and you, Parvati, you're like 4'11", what are you going to do about it physically? Not possible. But the trauma of that person, so tomorrow you can have the power to actually respond back to the person who's bullying you. And you will only be able to respond back if your mental health or your emotional stance is going to be really good.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people say, if you've got mental health, there is a blanket term in India where people go around saying, "Ki bhai, ye pagal hai."
Exactly.
Let me tell you one thing. Being pagal is good. The whole world will go against it, but being pagal is actually good. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because if you're pagal, you can see a problem and you can find a solution to the problem. If you're too proud to claim that you have no issues in your mind, you will never find a problem.
True.
And you will never find a solution to, because there is no problem at the end. And that tends to anxiety, then it leads to panic attacks. And all of this is very important issues that have to be addressed. Maybe for everyone from the age of, say, 15, not even 15, I would say 13 onwards, because we're living in a country where everything is very competitive.
Yeah.
Right from getting admissions into junior KG to finding a job, you're competing with the person beside you. Now, if you're not in a proper mental state, this competition becomes unhealthy. And you actually, after a point of time, start feeling bullied.
Yeah.
Sharma ji ke bete ko 90% aa raha hai, tumko sirf 60 aa raha hai. You are being bullied by your parents or anybody who says that. And bullying need not be physical. It can be mental too.
Yeah.
So you are stuck in the dilemma of, say, yaar, kya karu abhi? 60 aa rahe. ऐसा ही कि मेहनत कम कर रहा हूँ. It's not like I'm not working hard or anything. But bullying can have two types. You can have physical bullying or mental bullying.
Yeah.
But the baseline is, if you are being bullied, you need to report it.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to talk about it.
Yeah.
If you're being bullied, if you're being anxious, you need to talk about it.
Exactly.
So, bullying as a whole different arises in the age gap of, say, 13 to 25, 26, when you've got a lot of competition around you. So, you can be bullied in school when it comes to your marks, when it comes to where you stay, what kind of people you live around. So, bullying happens in various circumstances.
Yeah.
You can't actually list down life events where you can be bullied and what you can do against bullying.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if you were to go make a manual for that, everybody would have, say, a 2,000-page manual for every instance in their life. It doesn't work that way. The only thing you need to realize is your mental health in the whole of this process.
Yeah.
So, when I was in school, I was more of the quieter person, because when I came into junior KG to Bombay, I had initially come in from UK. So the kind of exposure I had the first initial 4 years of my life was bizarre as compared to what I experienced over here.
Okay.
Because I already knew what was being taught in school. Because back in the UK, I used to live in London.
Yeah.
We've actually done the curriculum much before when you actually started over here in India. So I had two options. I could either be the boss of the class and show off, or I could keep my mouth shut and sit on my desk.
Yeah.
Now what I did neither of those two. I used to shut my mouth even though I knew the answers. When the teacher used to leave the class, my parents have seen this from the window, okay? The kids in my class are howling, they're yelling, they're shouting, they're throwing water bottles, pencils, erasers, sharpeners. I have put my head down, I have taken the handkerchief out of my pocket, folded it, and put it back into my pocket. At this point, I am not being bullied by anyone. I am not, facing any kind of trouble. For God's sake, I'm 4 years old. What could possibly happen? Why is this kid silent? Even though he knows everything. I was bullied mentally by myself. It was a very strange concept. My mind is telling me, you're from the UK. Where the hell are you? What are you doing here? This place doesn't even deserve you. That was one half of my mind. The other half of my mind was, you don't know Hindi. You can't speak to anybody.
Yeah.
If you try to talk to anybody, you'll be held off as a person with attitude, this and that. So my mind is playing tricks with me, and I'm 4 years old. So that is the kind of situation, and that is a form of bullying which you can never, expect or deal with when you're 4 years old. At 4 years old, you can't do jack shit. So my parents, obviously, they were informed later by the school teacher that he's very silent and very in class. Oh, I was a menace at home, okay? I was a little devil who used to cause trouble at home. And this same kid never opened his mouth in school. Why? You need to create a comfort zone wherever you go. I was never able to create a comfort zone when I was 4. I was never able to create a comfort zone when I was 10, not even 16, not even 18. At 19, I realized where my comfort. It took me 19 years of my life to actually figure out what kind of people I actually am comfortable with. Now, not everybody is lucky enough to have the experiences or the kind of exposure that I have had. And maybe I have not had a different kind of exposure what other people have. So, it all depends on where you can find your comfort zone. Yeah. If you can find your comfort zone between friends of your age, really good. Yeah. Talk to them, share things with them. If you feel you're being bullied by, say, marks or anything else, talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can talk about it to your parents, you can talk about it to your friends. Yeah. You need to start communicating not only with other people but also with yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the first task in all of this is trying to convince your own mind that you're right. Now, basic example of bullying. You end up in an argument on the road. You have anything could come across. Two friends could fight. Yeah. Anything could happen. You could feel bullied by someone in your school or in your college. Ragging तो होता है. Most of the जगहों पे होता है ragging. Now, Delhi University में बहुत अच्छे से होता है. मैंने सुना है. So at that point of time, there are some things in life you need to take with a pinch of salt. If somebody tells you, see, you need to be so stable in your mind that you can laugh at your own self. The day you're able to laugh at yourself, the day you're able to take a joke on you, that is the day you're mentally stable. That is the day no bullying can affect you. That is the day you can never feel bullied, be it mental, be it physical, be it whatever. So I had a very close friend of mine, okay, in school. Now this guy used to laugh in every situation. You made fun of him, he will laugh. He will give you the sarcastic laugh. You make fun of anybody else, he will give you the sarcastic laugh. Okay. You do anything, he has that laugh. And this guy I will remember for the rest of my life. I will never forget him. Now, not because of the laugh or not because there have been, this guy was fat in school, okay? He was fat. So, he was ideally a go-to person to be bullied. So, everybody in the class used to make fun of him. And this guy used to just laugh it off. So, after a point of time, you feel ashamed. See, dude, he's laughing it off. Like, इसको क्या ही bully करेंगे? ये खुद ही हंस देता है. हम करें क्या? So the whole point of bullying, when somebody bullies you, their main point is to prove dominance. Yeah. Okay. Now, the one thing every parent should teach their children is honesty. Exactly. Okay? Yeah. If you are honest, you can deal with anything that comes later. Yeah. Okay. Learn to teach your kids to be honest, and learn to teach your kids to respect others. Yeah. Comparison is also a form of bullying.
Yeah.
Not thinking too highly about yourself and dominating anything, anywhere. The only thing the therapist does is he talks to you. He makes you give you the answer. And the best part of therapy is after therapy, you realize that everything you've ever wanted has always been inside of you. How to deal with bullying has always been inside of you. Nobody has taught you how to deal with bullying.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody can teach you that.
Exactly.
But today I might face bullying at work. Tomorrow I might face bullying in my relationship. My relationship might be toxic. I can face bullying anywhere at multiple amounts of times. Now, how do I take it? With a smile? Can I laugh it off? Or do I actually come to know that person is bullying me maybe because I lack certain aspects? If somebody is bullying you for something, it's obviously because he has it and you don't have it. If a guy who's 6 feet tall comes and bullies you tomorrow, tells you, Parvati, you're only 4'7", I can squish you.
No, I'm 4'11" actually. 4'11".
4'11".
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he comes and tells you, I can squish you and I can, push you out of my way. Yeah, he's got the height, he's got the effort, he's got the weight, he's got... Do you have that? No. You have two options. Either you grow 6 feet tall overnight, which, let's face the fact, not happening practically. Okay? Or you figure out 6 feet tall, black brain. Can I talk to him in a very polite but decent manner and ask him to move out of my way? He probably won't understand.
Yeah.
Okay. But he will move out of the way only because he doesn't think like you. So the whole concept, if you want to defeat someone who's trying to bully you, be yourself.
Yeah.
Do what you do the best. If friends were actually friends and they were honest and open, and they actually took you without judging you, we would have no need for therapists in the world. You pay an enormous amount of money to a person who listens to you and tells you, see, it's okay, you have the answer within you. This is the same thing my best friend Rahul tells me after 3 drinks. And trust me, 3 drinks are much cheaper than a visit to a therapist. Now, I do not promote anyone to go pick up a drink because you have an issue.
Yeah, exactly, please.
No.
I'll censor that part actually.
Yeah, you need to step on the path back.
Yeah, I will.
Drinking, doing stuff like that is not a solution.
It was really good, knowing about all the physical and mental bullying and how exactly you can, tackle with those problems, as Henry just stated them all. Now it's time to start with the question answers. Some simple question answers actually. First question is here, Henry. We all know that cyberbullying is on high peak. Every teen has internet connections with them, internet access with them, and we are seeing that cyberbullying is increasing day by day. So, what's your thoughts on it and how teens can avoid these kind of problems?
See, I feel cyberbullying is eventually a personal thing. Because when you're on the internet, one thing you need to know is the whole world gets to see what you are doing. Okay?
Yeah.
You might, nothing on the internet is very secure.
Yeah.
All your photos stored on your Google Photos or Apple Drive or wherever you store. Okay? Apple has a cloud, Google has their own cloud space. So the first thing you need to know is you need to know that you, first of all, you have to be safe on the internet. If I'm on Instagram and I have a DM from a person I don't know, okay? Now the person eventually may turn out to be a really good friend.
Yeah.
But if not, you need to understand. So suppose, so you and me, we met on the internet, okay?
Yeah.
And see where it has led to today.
Yeah, exactly.
Now this is not the same case for a lot of other people. So the first thing you need to know is you need to have a sense of judgment, a sense of right and wrong, that whatever this person is asking for is correct. So tomorrow, if you go on Instagram and you receive a random say hey or how do you do from a stranger, I wouldn't say don't respond. Respond. You get to know one more person. You get to know how one more person thinks like, feels like, works it out. May or may not be helpful for you. Yeah. You may or may not be helpful for that person. Talk to the person, find out. But know your limit. If you met a person over the internet and the person has asked you, let's meet, make sure you're meeting him in a public place, like a CCG or a Starbucks. Then people are present. These are common tips for safety that you need to know. Don't meet the person for dinner, don't meet the person late night, don't go back home with them. This is what your parents usually tell you, and they're not wrong.
Yeah.
Your parents always tell you don't meet random strangers of the internet. I would say meet random strangers of the internet. You get to know one more person. Very big world, yeah. You probably meet only one, barely 0.5% of the whole population before you die. Meet as much as people as you can, but don't lose your common sense when you're on the internet, or don't be a victim to cyberbullying because of your own foolishness. That's what I want to say. People sharing internet pictures online from major idiotic case in India. Even in a country like India, you got hacked. See, Engineers have become very talented over the day. Okay? Yeah. Hacking anything is not a very big, difficult or an insane task. Getting through a firewall is like paperwork now. It's like cakewalk. You can just get through it. So you need to be smart enough. You need to draw lines and limits for yourself. Yeah. And till the time you are in your own comfort space or you are in your Lakshman Rekha, works. Don't step out of it and cause problems for yourself.
Exactly.
That's all I have to say on cyberbullying.
Yeah. So, heading on to the next question, and that is, do you think it's really important for teens to understand that bullying is not just physical, it can be mental bullying also, and the bullies who bully other kids, how impactful is it, and what kind of effects it can leave on the child who is getting bullied?
So, number one, bullying is not cool. Okay?
Yeah.
Being a bully doesn't make you cool.
Yeah.
Like, if I were to say, if I were to date someone tomorrow, I wouldn't be with a bully. Why would I be with a bully? I know that if this is a guy who can bully his friends or bully other people around him, if I'm in a relationship with him, tomorrow he's going to bully me. So one thing you need to know, bullying is not cool. Bullying gives you a temporary satisfaction of say about 2 minutes.
Exactly.
Okay. And for that temporary satisfaction, you are ideally putting someone's life on the line. So if there is a 16-year-old kid who comes to school, he's really stressed about his marks. He's like, my board exams are coming up, I need to score better. I need to work things out. I don't know what to do. Things are going ad hoc. I can't deal with this. My parents are having issues. I'm having issues at home. Your one comment might drive the child to leave back a suicide note. Those are one of the drastic effects of bullying. Okay, so bullying usually when it happens in hostels and all of that, usually bullying was a very common term in engineering hostels, okay?
Yeah.
Be it you go to an IIT or be it you go to any other minor college in Delhi or anywhere over the country. You go to college, there is something called ragging.
Yeah.
So ragging has led to a lot of death. Okay, people have committed suicide because of ragging, and let's face it, bullying has never helped the bully or the person who's being bullied. So if there is a concept that is neither helping you nor the person you're doing it to, I don't understand why that concept is even picked up as something major. You need to cut the roots of bullying right at the start. So that's why you need to give bullying lessons, or you need to give lessons on how to deal with bullying right from say grade 1 and right up to the end of your life. Because let's face it, you can be bullied anywhere by any person.
Yeah.
So you never know what's coming up. So I would suggest to all those guys who think bullying is cool, or to all those people who feel dominance is the key, let me tell you, not cool, not working out. You be a good person now, people will remember you.
Yeah.
If you're a bully, nobody's going to remember you. Okay? There have been a lot of bullies in the history of the world who caused World War I, World War II, and a lot of multiple, your Vietnamese War, your all, the war in Iran, everything. One bully starts off a problem for a complete nation. Okay?
Yeah.
And history does not remember any bully. Simple example, on your note, you have a picture of Gandhiji and not the Queen of England. Your biggest example of bullying and fighting against bullying is your own war of independence. If you ever feel you're being bullied, pick up your, go to the internet, and all you need to do is, how did India get freedom? India got freedom from 170 years of tyranny, oppression, and bullying. So if you ever feel you're being bullied, pick up a 10 rupee note, look at that person who's on the note. That person was bullied as fuck. He was bullied in India by Indians. He was shot dead. Okay?
Yeah.
Now if that person is on the note, is on the currency note, trust me, not being a bully and being a better person, being the bigger person, might get you somewhere in life. So if you really want to be famous, don't be a bully.
Yeah.
If you really want to be famous, don't show off your political connect.
Yeah.
Be the bigger person, be the better person.
Yeah.
What next?
What's next? So, lastly, what piece of advice would you like to give to our listeners?
I would give you all a very live example. So there was this very famous person, name is David Beckham. You've never heard of him. He's a footballer. Okay? When he was 12 years old, the youth coach of England, his country, I told him that you will never play football for the country because you're too small, you're not strong enough. When he was 12 years old. 30 years later, when he was 42, he had made 115 appearances for his country. He was the captain of the Indian football team and played at 3 World Cups. Now, David Beckham was a very good player, no doubt. But he never won a World Cup. Everybody wanted David Beckham, and England is such a great team at that time. They should have won a World Cup. What a great team. Like a beautiful team. But they never won a World Cup. But everybody till date remembers the team. And everybody remembers David Beckham. But nobody remembers the youth coach who told him that he was too small or not strong enough. So this is a clear example of how you could be bullied in life. The coach who told him that he was too small or not strong enough is a nobody.
Yeah.
But the guy who heard it put effort, worked hard. 30 years later, the whole world knows who he is. David Beckham has come out of bullying, and today is a world famous personality. Everybody can. And if you ever have any problem, you can either talk to your parents. And this is my message to everybody out there. Be a good listener. Listen to what other people have got to say. Listen to their problems.
Yeah.
You may not have a solution, but you can always console a person who's in front of you. You may be a small guiding light for that person to come out of where he is. Directly or indirectly, you may be a source of inspiration. That's all I've got to say.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for this episode.
No, it is my pleasure.
Yeah,
I've never been part of a podcast before, but it was really fun.
Yeah.
Next time, maybe you can tell me when you want me to stop.
Yeah, sure. But it was...
Yeah, next time do that.
Yeah, but it was really, really fun having you on this episode. And to be honest, it turned out really, really well. I was actually nervous and as well as excited because I didn't know that how it will going to work and if I would be able to record one like this. Yeah, this lockdown thing has messed up everything. I was about to call a few of my friends to record this thing to my home, but I could not just because of this corona thing. But it's fine. Like, I have you with me, and it turned out very well. I'm really glad that you accepted to come here and talk about bullying and mental health issues in teens.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Henry.
Sure, definitely. Thank you so much, Parvati.
Yeah, thank you.
I had a really nice time talking.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, it was really, really fun having Henry with us on this episode. I'm really happy that it turned out so well. He shared some really valuable things with us, some really cool things with us. He just mentioned about some of the things which are really, really necessary, which are really important to be followed in day-to-day life, to have a positive outlook on life, to have a positive outlook on bullying. If you are being bullied, how exactly you can react to it, how exactly you can tackle that problem. Just remember that you don't have to panic about it. Just approach someone elder than you, someone who you trust, so that you share the problem with them and come up with a solution very easily. Please, if you're going through such things, or if you have experienced such things, or if you are experiencing such things right now, then you should really talk to someone who you trust, to your parents or to your teachers, to your counselors, whoever it is. But you have to share it with someone. Don't keep it in yourself, because it's really important to be talked about, okay? I hope this podcast helps you out if you're going through such difficult time. If you like this episode, then do share it with your friends and family, and let your loved ones know that they are not alone, and in this difficult situation they don't need to feel that nobody is there for them, okay? Thank you so much for listening. Bye bye.